One was unconscious. Oh, well, hang on. Right, there's one totally unconscious. There's another one. People on Westminster Bridge Road. Oh, there's about three of them. One was unconscious. Oh, well, hang on. Right, there's one totally unconscious. There's another one. People on Westminster Bridge Road.
On behalf of the whole country, I want to pay tribute to them and to all our emergency services for the work they have been doing to reassure the public and bring security back to the streets of our capital city. That they have lost one of their own in today's attack only makes their calmness and professionalism under pressure all the more remarkable. And the values our Parliament represents, democracy, freedom, human rights, the rule of law, command the admiration and respect of free people everywhere. That is why it is a target for those who reject those values. But let me make it clear today, as I have had cause to do before, any attempt to defeat those values through violence and terror is doomed to failure. Tomorrow morning, Parliament will meet as normal. We will come together as normal. And Londoners and others from around the world who have come here to visit this great city will get up and go about their day as normal.
This is not simply about whether there was contact or collusion between Trump officials and the Russians.
Counterterrorism analyst Philip Mudd speaking to CNN's Anderson Cooper about a big development into the investigation surrounding communication between associates of President Trump and suspected Russian operatives.
If you're inside the Bureau, this is about whether someone lied to a federal officer during the investigation.
U.S. officials telling CNN that the FBI has information suggesting that Trump associates may have communicated with the Russians to possibly coordinate the release of information damaging to Hillary Clinton's campaign. While officials are cautioning that the new information isn't conclusive and that the investigation is still ongoing, the revelation may shed new light on FBI Director James Comey's bombshell announcement of the investigation Monday and his explanation of the criteria for opening such an investigation.
A credible allegation of wrongdoing or a reasonable basis to believe that an American may be acting as an agent of a foreign power.
The administration, for its part, is continuing to push back against suggestions of collusion between Russians and the Trump campaign.
There's a difference between talking about an investigation into the 2016 election, which we all know, and any evidence of collusion.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
The White House is fast putting distance between the president and his campaign chairman from last summer. But Paul Manafort may have a harder time slipping some members of the Senate Intelligence Committee who want to grill him.
We know what Russia has done to interfere in the electoral process. Now we have to see what kind of combination or conversations took place between folks affiliated with the Trump campaign and the Russians.
There will be no floor fight.
A new report from the Associated Press claims Manafort secretly worked a decade ago for Russian billionaire Oleg Deripaska to promote Kremlin interest. Deripaska says the money was for business consulting. Manafort says the work did not involve representing Russian political interest. The White House?
I take Paul at his word that he was working on business interests for Oleg, and it wasn't tied to the Russian government.
However, there is more. A lawmaker in Ukraine says he's found a document in an office used by Manafort when he worked for the former pro-Russian president of Ukraine. That lawmaker says the paper suggests Manafort was paid $750,000 for computer parts. But
I think it's not all money for him. It's more like for his activity as well, for his campaigning activity, for some technical issues of his activity as a spin doctor.
CNN cannot verify the paper's authenticity. Manafort's team says he doesn't recognize it. And an associate from Manafort's time in Ukraine says not once was it ever raised or discussed how our work could benefit Russia or Putin. But there is still the Black Ledger, a longer list revealed last fall which purports to show almost $13 million in payments from Ukrainian interest alongside Manafort's name. Manafort has always denied all implications of a Russian political link.
Why is it so far-fetched to blame the Russians and say that the motive was to help you?
I mean, it's just absurd. I don't even know what you're talking about. It's crazy.
And the administration says intelligence officers, law enforcement, and members of Congress have all studied the matter and
We've seen zero evidence of any collusion between the Trump campaign and Russian officials, and that's not going to be changed by a former business dealings of a campaign staffer from a decade ago.
think sometimes, really, in this country, we're kind of like David Foster Wallace's fish. He wrote about a fish swimming in an aquarium. And it spends so much time in water and is so surrounded by it that the fish doesn't even realize it's in water. And I feel like sometimes when we nitpick and we complain about the quality of justice in this country, which leaves a lot to be desired, there is much room for improvement. I'm not here to say it's perfect or anywhere close to it. We are a work in progress. But the rule of law in this country is so profoundly good compared to anywhere else in the world that we can complain and know that we're protected because of the rule of law. I think we're a little bit like David Foster Wallace's fish. We're surrounded by the rule of law. It's in the fabric of our lives. So much so we kind of take it for granted.
Tell us whether you'd have any trouble ruling against a president who appointed you.
So that's a softball, Mr. Chairman. There's no such thing as a Republican judge or a Democratic judge. We just have judges.
One by one, senators from both sides of the political aisle took turns grilling the Supreme Court nominee.
I'm not an algorithm. They haven't yet replaced judges with algorithms.
Judge Neil Gorsuch fielded questions about President Trump's travel ban.
I'm not going to say anything here that would give anybody any idea how I'd rule in any case like that that could come before the Supreme Court or my court of the 10th Circuit.
Does a president have the right to authorize torture if it violates the laws that have been passed by Congress?
Senator, no man is above the law.
But it was this exchange on abortion that left the crowded room silent.
Had you ever met President Trump personally?
Not until my interview.
In that interview, did he ever ask you to overrule Roe v. Wade?
No, Senator.
What would he have done if he'd asked?
Senator, I would have walked out the door.
As senators tried to get his political views on the record, Gorsuch dodged, citing a need to remain objective.
Anyone, any law, is going to get a fair and square deal with me.
I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
Van Brussels Airport Company uit om samen met de heer Feist een bloemenkrans neer te leggen in naam van de luchthavengemeenschap van Brussels Airport.
اردوغان رئیس جمهور ترکیه حمله تروریستی روز گذشته در لندن را محکوم کرد. او که کشورش سال گذشته دست کم 17 حمله اینچنینی را پشت سر گذاشته، در پیامی که برای ترزا می نخست وزیر انگلیس فرستاد گفت ترکیه در زمینه مبارزه با معضل تروریسم که صلح و امنیت جهانی را تهدید می کند با کشور دوست و متحد انگلستان ابراز همبستگی می کند. نخست وزیر ییلدریم هم اگرچه حمله تروریستی در لندن را محکوم می کند، اما همین ابتدای کار می خواهد متمایز کند حرف و حدیث هایی که احیانا تروریسم و اسلام را به هم گره می زند. او می گوید تروریسم یک بلای انسانی و جهانی است و کاربرد صرف این واژه در کنار کشورهای مسلمان اشتباهی بزرگ است. او حرفهای جالبتری هم می زند. ابتدا از اروپا می‌خواهد که عقلانی رفتار کند و می‌گوید شما به صورت اغراق‌آمیزی ورود و خروج‌ها به کشورهایتان را کنترل می‌کنید. چمدان‌ها کنترل می‌شوند و مسافران اذیت می‌شوند. اما با انسانی که می‌خواهد با حمله انتحاری خودش را نابود کند چه می‌کنید؟ نتیجه سخن ییلدریم این است که شما با قرار دادن واژه تروریسم در کنار اسلام به گفته او 2 میلیارد انسان را در مقابل خود قرار می‌دهید و باعث می‌شوید افراط‌گرایان به این کار بیشتر تشویق شوند. روزنامه‌ها هم صبح امروز با این خبر به دکه‌ها راه یافتند. ملیت می‌نویسد هدف حمله تروریستی لندن پارلمان انگلستان بود. اما این روزها به تیتر هر روزنامه‌ای که نگاه کنیم رد پای از تنش لفظی میان مقامات ترکیه و اروپا دیده می‌شود، از جمله روزنامه یعنی شفق و تیترهای تند و گزندش نسبت به غرب. امروز یعنی شفق از قول اردوغان نوشت به کسانی که نقاب بر چهره میزنند راهزن میگوییم. روزنامه ملیت هم سخنان اردوغان خطاب به آنگلا مرکل صدر اعظم آلمان را بازتاب داده و نوشته مانند راهزنان معامله خواهیم کرد. خط و نشانهای آقای اردوغان برای غرب به ویژه آنگلا مرکل از همین الان شروع شده. لحن این روزهای آقای اردوغان نشان می‌دهد او تقریباً به پیروزی خود در رفراندوم قانون اساسی ترکیه اطمینان دارد یا امیدوار است. برای همین است که حساب و کتابش با اروپا را گذاشته برای روز بعد از رفراندوم. در ادامه همین خط و نشان کشیدنها وزارت خارجه ترکیه هم سفیر نروژ در آنکارا را احضار کرده. وزارت خارجه ترکیه از اینکه نروژ به 5 نظامی ترکیه که درخواست پناهندگی از این کشور کرده‌اند پاسخ مثبت داده اعتراض کرده. این 5 نظامی شاغل در ناتو گفتند هیچ نقشی در کودتای ترکیه نداشتند اما از بازگشت به کشورشان بیم دارند. روزنامه جمهوریت هم تیتر درشتش البته نه به تمامیت رفراندوم است و در این باره نوشته به این طرز نگرش نمیگوییم. البته در کنار این موضوع دغدغه همیشگی روزنامه جمهوریت مسئله روزنامه‌نگاران زندانی است. در این باره جمهوریت می‌نویسد اردوغان تمامی روزنامه‌نگاران زندانی را یکپارچه تروریست نامیده. جمهوریت انتقادی هم از محافل دموکراسی در اروپا دارد که به گفته این روزنامه صدایشان در نمی‌آید. اما حضور گردشگران ایرانی که برای گذراندن تعطیلات نوروزی به شهر وان ترکیه آمدند توجه رسانه‌های این کشور را به خود جلب کرده. روزنامه حریت با درج تصاویری از جوانان ایرانی نوشته شور و شوق ایرانیان در بازدید از وان.